Unless a lion learns how to ride, unless a lion learns how to ride, every story will glorify the hunter. It's an African proverb. Most of you are aware of it. And one of my favorites, recent time geniuses, Yuval Noha Harari leaves no stone unturned when it comes to writing. He's such a profound and a practical writer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this book is all about the story of how information networks have made and unmade our world. Yeah. So for the last 1 lakh years, we sapiens have accumulated enormous power, isn't it so? So here exactly what now Yuval is talking about. He says if information is power, but then power is not wisdom. What you do with power is wisdom. Well, but despite all our discoveries, invention, and conquests, we now find ourselves in an existential crisis, isn't it? Yeah. The world is on the verge of ecological collapse. Yeah. International and political tensions are rising, and we are rushing headlong into the age of AI and an alien information network that threatens to annihilate us. For all that we have accomplished, why are we so self-destructive? That's a question. That's a quest. So why we are so much interested into accumulating knowledge and not the wisdom, right? Let's try to decode that pattern. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 117th book in our book reading series, and it gives me immense pleasure to take you through. Now let's have the glimpse of Yuval Noha Harari's latest book, which has hit already the market. Yes, it's Nexus. Nexus, as we all understand, it means the link, the connection. So what Yuval Noha Harari is talking about, Nexus, let's try to co-explore and co-evolve. Thank you very much for being always there. So Nexus, it gives me great pleasure to talk about Yuval Noha Harari's Nexus. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as you know that I don't spoil the pleasure of book reading. So I'm going to put it in a very succinct way. Definitely I'm going to take you through the different chapters, the contents of the book. There are altogether 3 parts in the book. The first part is about human networks. Now he's talking about, for example, chapter 1 is what is information. So it's about definition of information. It's about how we are utilizing the information. As we know that biologists are trying hard to define what life is. The physicists are trying hard to define what energy and matter is. The mess. And the so-called philosophers are trying hard to define what is reality. So what is truth? What is reality? Actually, it should be the same, right? For example, information. Information, truth, wisdom, power. That is the naive view of information. Now, a more complete historical view of information is saying information, then 2 offshoots, truth and order, wisdom, power. So what orders we have created, how constructive orders we have created, how we have not tried to manipulate with the information, how we are able to put it across as it is, and how we are able to perceive. For example, some agent, some spy agent can say that at certain borders there were 1,000 soldiers, and maybe another agent may have a different version of it, 1,000 terrorists. So 1,000 people for sure, that is the truth, but the reality varies from person to person. How we look at things, how we perceive things. The universe, universalism, we can't just defy, we can't just deny. Be it any corner of the world or the existence, it can be you, me, they, any species. The common denominator which binds us all is survival and dignified survival, right? Well, the ways of survival would vary from person to person, from species to species. The next chapter is stories, unlimited connections. Here he is talking about the gift, the divine gift which we people have, human beings have. He has already highlighted in his earlier book, Sapiens. I have presented that review as well. He's saying that how human beings, the Homo sapiens, have taken the great leap, the great leap. Though ants and chimpanzees and few other species may have the social network ability, but it's limited to certain quantum. But we as human beings, we have this humongous capacity, ability to connect with people. He's talking about, Yuval is talking about how we cooperate with each other, and with the advent of technology and rest of the things, how we are able to multiply the networking skills. So he's talking about the unlimited connections which you have established. And what we will do with that connections, that's the second story. Third chapter is about the documents. He's talking about the bite of the paper tigers. He's talking a little bit about the bureaucracy, how the information is used for personal powers. Yeah. He has briefly talked about the COVID also. And the fourth one is errors, the fantasy of infallibility. Oh well, it said. Let me take you what Saint Augustine talks about infallibility. He talks about infallibility. Let me talk about that. Yeah, when it comes to errors, the fantasy of infallibility. Opposite of mistakes, errors. Saint Augustine famously said, "To err is human; to persist in error is diabolical." Diabolical in a sense, demonic, ungraceful, too bad. Yeah. So how we learn from that mistakes, and keep evolving. That's the point. Then the chapter 5th is a brief history of democracy and totalitarianism. Part 2 is the inorganic network. Inorganic network. It's about machines, with the rise of machines. It's hardly news that we are living in the midst of an unprecedented information revolution. But what kind of revolution is it exactly? That's a big question mark, right? In recent years, we have been overwhelmed with so many groundbreaking inventions that it is difficult to determine what is driving this revolution. Is it the internet, the smartphones, the social media, blockchain, algorithms, or AI, or the people? Those well-established minds, people we have lots of money, filthy rich people. What they're doing with this? You like to say when it comes to evolution, you're talking about, are we really evolving or are we really devolving? There is no end to the ego drives. Yeah, the more power we accumulate, and if the brain is having this aberration with ego, then what we can invite is only the endless wars and wars and wars. And we are integral part, that strand of that web of existence. So slowly we are inviting that war to ourselves. It's a slow poison, isn't it? Yeah. And that part 3 is about the computer politics. It's talking about how be it the bureaucrats or the political leaders, how they are using the computers to have more and more power and rule the world. So, I repeat, the algorithm learned our secrets and then turned us against each other. What will AI do now? Yeah. Can we imagine? Nexus is the thrilling account of how we arrived at this moment and the urgent choices we must now make to survive and to thrive. It's an imperative. Ladies and gentlemen. If not now, then it will be too late. I would like to conclude the book review by Alvin Toffler's profound quote that illiterate of 21st century is not a person who cannot merely read or write, but a person who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So let's keep learning. Let's keep evolving. I personally feel that when you read, you learn. When you write, you develop. And when you share, you evolve. So whatever the best you think, the positive, the constructive, the creative, learn, write, and please share. Please share the positive vibes. Let's make this planet Earth a better place. Let's play on your strength and convert the strengths into super strengths of cooperation. Let's be one singularity, one entity of peace across the globe, across the existence, and become so all-inclusive that we are taking care of all of the species. This is the true definition of humanity. I personally feel so. That if you are compassionate, then let be compassionate towards all at all times, and let be concerned about the evolution, the holistic evolution of all the beings who, if you think they are not up to the mark as yours, we have to take care of them as well. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.